Okay. Okay. Oh, if you it never fails. I don't know if you can hear in the background the phone is ringing. Our landline never fails. I'm on doing my thing and it seems like it starts to ring. This is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. This is my website, stampontheTable.stampinup.net. You can visit there to find out more about me and what some of the different things events I'm involved with for Stampin' Up. You can see our products there. You could place an order, or you could sign up to have a workshop or join my team. Any of those things that you need help with or have questions about, just feel free to message me, and I'll be happy to help you. Right now, our last chance products, they're going quickly, and so if there's something that you want from the annual catalog 2021 to 2022, which is ending next Tuesday, I have to look. The second is the last day that it's available for you to order from. So that's Monday. Tuesday, our new annual catalog goes live. Okay, so then starting Tuesday, you can order from the new catalog. So if there's something you want from the annual catalog, now's the time. Our mini catalog, it's until the end of June, but that will be coming up quickly as well. So this week I've been showing some of a few of the last chance items, and today I am going to be showing you the Sweet as a Peach. That is found in our annual catalog if you have a catalog on pages 60 and 61. In this suite, they had a bundle, stamp set, and dies. They had paper, designer series paper, and they had these little plastic mini jam jars. I think they were plastic. I didn't choose to get those. So, and if you wanted to see, they kind of show it here, but in the back, it's a little bit bigger. The dies. The dies were marked down to $18.40, but these remain at $18. So that may be a little cheaper than getting them as a bundle if you were interested. But that's for you to check out if you would like that. Now, the stamps on here are a big peach, 3 little peaches, some branches there and there, some bigger flowers, some little flowers, a little leaves there, this like the center of the flowers. And then it says, have a peachy day, sweet as a peach, happy birthday, thanks so much. You're as, it's your day, let's celebrate you, thanks for being as, hope your day is as, to a sweet friend, and hello and friend. Okay, and I didn't make up a storyboard, but the one thing I did check, none of these fit the designer series paper. They're a different size than these, so these are strictly for the things that you stamp. So if you wanted to stamp this and cut it out with the dies, you would use that. This is for the leaf. These are for these flowers. This is all one stamp here. These are these. And then there's some that would give you more of a, like this, these, and these, they're more solid, okay, die cuts. And then here's a little banner if you wanted to have a banner. I'm not doing anything with the dies today. I am doing some stamping with these, but I'm not going to cut them out. Well, I'm not doing anything with the dies. So before I show you what our project for today, I just wanted to show you the papers. Okay, so again, there's 2 of each. So you get 12 sheets, or 12 by 12. This is one side and the other. This one and this one. This, like a bunch of little flowers and stripes. These can go either direction. Same with the stripes. And these peaches are polka dots. And then some more flowers. The difference in these two, let me just show you. Where is it? Is this? Nope, it was the blue one. This one, see, it's all, they're closer together, like, and they're on stems. And this one, they're like kind of broken up, but also this adds blue, a little bit of blue to it. Okay. And the back of that is this. All right. So so you get 2 of each. So there's 12 designs if you count front and back separate. Okay. Now, the colors that Stampin' Up! Suggested to go with this are, if I can get a hold of them here. They're like flying around. Okay, Balmy Blue, Bumblebee, which the Bumblebee is retiring, but I'll just show you here real quick. Crushed Curry is very close. The Crushed Curry is just a little, I don't know how well it shows up on there. It's just a little bit maybe brighter, I think, than this, but they're very close. So if you didn't have Bumblebee or couldn't get it, but you have Crushed Curry, it will work. Calypso Coral, Early Espresso, Mango Melody, and Pale Papaya. Now, there's some green in there, and the greens I found, actually, especially when I wanted to stamp, there's any of these 3 greens actually will work with it. I decided I like the Old Olive the best, but the Pear Pizzazz would work with it. The Granny Apple Green would work with it, especially, let me just show you what was the one that I thought I could really see all 3 in. This one. See, this is more like Old Olive, that green there. This one is closer to the Granny Apple Green, I think. Is that the one? And there's another one here somewhere, but of course right now, because I want to show you, Pear Pizzazz. But see, they're so close, these greens. There, this little bit of lighter green, Pear Pizzazz, and the one that's really bright, like in here, or maybe one of the other. Anyway, any of those 3 greens will work. So if you have one of those colors, you can use those as the green. Okay. So, and as I've always said, just look and see, because there may be some other, there's like here, really, there's a little bit of the browns in there, which they said Early Espresso, but also I think the soft suede, so you could go with that too. So, it's pretty much whatever you want. Maybe crumb cake or one of the others could go as well. So, just if you think you have a color that goes with it, and even though they didn't mention it, just go ahead and use what you think. You're the one making the card after all. Okay, today I'm doing, for my fun fold, I called it a center flap card. I made some of these a long time ago and I couldn't find the direction, so I had to like kind of figure it out again myself, but also because I couldn't find the directions, I wasn't sure what they called it, but I'm calling it a center flap card because this is how it opens. The center lifts up like this. Okay, so you have, it's like really half of a card base here. Okay, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 that way. All right, so here's one I made, and this right here, this is 11 inches long, so by 3. All right, so then you score it at the 5 1/2, and that's the part that opens. It has the white inside. You have another piece of Designer Series paper there, coordinating one here, and then this littler piece on top. So there's one. Have a peachy day. And I just left that like that. You could say happy birthday, thanks so much, whatever. Just thinking of you, hope your day is sweet. That's one of them. and this other one I made was sweet as a peach. And this one, you can see I used the stripes going this way. It also, I just realized it might have been interesting to put them that direction. The other, you know, what's what I want? Horizontal. That would have given a whole different look. And this one, you're sweet as a peach. So this could be thanks, you know, a thank you card. It could be thinking of you. It could even be a birthday card. So really, it could be anything. All right, so I'm going to show you how to put these cards together. I'm going to make one card that's different, that's got different paper on it from these. Okay, so, and here's, I hope you can see this okay. Excuse me. So what I found in cutting these, the best thing to do, I think, is to start by cutting. So here we have, let me just show you this a minute. For the base color, I call it, like the main color of your cardstock, you want one that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You want one that's 3 inches by 11. This is the one you're going to score at 5 1/2. Then for the little thing that goes on the front, I had 3 1/4 by 2 1/2. I'm just going to talk about this for the moment. I found that if you cut the 11-inch one, so the 3 by 11-inch one first. So here this is, these are two different colors, but that's okay, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Because the whole sheet would be 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So if you do this, the 3 here, that leaves this at 5 1/2 this way. See? So this is a 5 1/2. See? So then you can just turn it and cut that at 4 1/4. So then that leaves this piece that you can then cut out your littler piece from for the front. Okay, so with one piece you can get and have some left over of for what you need for the base color. Okay, so then for the white, then you're going to want, I'm going to skip the basic white for a moment and go to down here to the designer series paper. And I wrote this one down first because this is the one that goes on the front, but I call that design DSP2 and this DSP1. You can call it whatever you want, but whatever one you want to be like the background, that one is going to be the 4 by 5 1/2. Okay, because you want it, these go all the way top to bottom, but they have a little bit of the card base showing on either side like that. Okay, then for here, this one's going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/2 because it was 3 inches. And again, it's going to go right up there all the way to the bottom. Okay, and this will be folded at that score line like you scored it at the 5 1/2. So you like this. So this will go here. So again, top to bottom, it goes all the way top to bottom. And sometimes there's a smidge left over because it's just so, and if you need to, you can trim off that extra off. And then this, once you get this together, I'm just kind of showing you here, then I'll put it all together. Okay, that fits there. So for the front, this little piece is going to go on the front, and the white for the center of that. Okay, so this white is right here, basic white. This is 3 1/8 long by 2 3/8 wide. And the one for inside is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. All right, and that one fits right in here. So again, it goes top to bottom. This is, oh, got some stuff on that side. So it goes top to bottom, and you can trim off extra if you want. And okay. The other thing you could do, if you didn't want to use a whole piece of this like I am here and put that over the top, you could, I measured it, if you cut 2 strips, so they're going to still be 5 1/2 long, but if you cut 2 strips 3/4 inches and put one on either side of this, that'll give you the same effect. This will overlap the edge. Okay, so if you wanted to do that instead, but I have a fair amount of this paper. I'm probably not going to be using it again, at least not right away, because it's retiring and I really didn't get to do much with it, so I'm just going to use the whole piece. But as I said, if you wanted, you could do 3 1/4, 2 strips at 3 1/4 or 3/4 inches, because this between, when you put this on, get my ruler, see that's really, it's just about 1/2 inch showing. So if you do 3/4, this will cover over the edge. Okay. And then the white for the front, I don't know if I said that, maybe I did. This white for the front, 3 1/8 by 2 3/8. So here it is. I'll leave this here. I also will put it in the description, in a comment below later. All right, so let's get started putting this together. So you're going to take the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of cardstock, and this is the base basically. Okay, that's it. That's the back, whatever you want to say. Then you're going to take the 4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of DSP and attach it to here, adhere it onto that. So I like to do it on my silicone mat, because then if I go over, it's not gonna make a mess of my tabletop. Now let me just see, I'm trying to make sure, and so you're going to center it, so you just want to make sure you just eyeball it to see, do you have about the same amount on each side. There. Hope I maybe got this up a little crooked. Let's see. And you use whatever adhesive you prefer. Okay. Right there. There's that. Then I'm going to put this one on. Now let me just... And again, whatever adhesive you prefer. And then I want this, make sure it's up here. Got it a little crooked. And just try to make sure it looks right. Okay, so those are all, that's there. Now, the front is going to be this piece. And you can just see this one, it could go, there's no right or wrong with this. This up, and it can go in any direction. Okay. So this, again, I want it to center it. So side to side, it's about the same amount. Maybe I don't have it. It's so interesting how you can think that you measure them both the same, but I found this is what happens for me. And I'll just explain this to you, why sometimes they look different. When you bring this over to the 5 1/2 mark, sometimes sometimes you might be right just up to it, and you can just barely see a little bit of the mark. I don't know if you can see, but there's just a little bit of that showing. Sometimes you have it so none of it's showing, or maybe there's just a smidge on the other side. Depending how exactly where you put it on here, especially as you get cutting and cutting, we don't always pay that close attention. So if it is, you always can trim off if things are longer. Okay, and some people deliberately make it longer, because then, and they just know they're going to trim it off so that it's the same. All right, so I figured out ahead of time what I wanted to do. I just want to grab my little cheat sheet here just as a reminder. Okay, so what I thought I would do is, using my old olive, I'm using for the leaves. I'm going to start with that. Let me just do that. So now let me stamp these on some scrap paper just to show you. Move this over here. How's that showing in there? Make sure it's showing in the picture here. Oh, and because this is photopolymer stamps, you're going to want something that's a little cushy. Now I'm using our Stampin' Pierce mat. You could use, you could also use a, yep, what's it called? A mouse pad, mouse pad. You could use a magazine, something that's got a little bit that, so that this can sink into it, gives you a little better impression. Okay, so I'm going to put my scrap paper here. Now I just wanted to show you the leaves and stems and leaves here. See, there's some open areas. Two things, different things fit in there, and I'll just show you. And this color is Calypso Coral. You can do the smaller, and I just kind of play around with them because you can see through, and just kind of put them so it looks like they are, you know, hanging from that. Or the other thing you can do, and that's what I'm going to do on this card, is flowers, like the yes, what are they called, blossoms. Okay, so one will go here, there, and there. So you just got to have it close to it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do that. When I did the big peach earlier, I did that on either side. I just did, like, I only inked up like this much and put the big one there. It does fit, but just to show you the intention, really, there's the big peach. The intention for this, I didn't realize it till after I'd done that, is to use this one with it. And it can either go this direction, or let me do another peach just to show you. It could go either way. It depends on just whichever way you want the, or I could go this, that's the way I did that one, or I could go this way. It's however you like it to look in the stems. See, because here's the stem. Okay. All right. So here's my front. So for this, I'm going to do, where's my little, again, I just want to look at my cheat sheet because I liked how it looked, and so I want to go kind of close to that if I can. So this is going to go like this, and if you can even have some of it be off. It doesn't have to hit like this, a little bit of that's off. It's however you really want. All right, now those two are close to, those are closer together. I think is that right, or is it this way? I have to always, oh no, this way. The biggest one fits best down there. So there's that. And they do have this little, let me just show you. This one I'm going to do, oh, I was going to do it in the other color. Darn it, I did want it the lighter color. Let me just see. I may have to make another piece. All right, I'll just show you on here, because I can maybe cover that up, that little smudge anyway. Oh, I'm so glad that I paying attention to what I'm doing here. Let me clean up this because it was a darker color. So actually, pale papaya is what I wanted the flowers to be. So like this, and then this is like a center. I'm doing that in the Calypso Coral. Okay, so there's the flowers. Then the other thing I wanted to do on this was to take the Balmy Blue, because the reason I'm doing this is, where's the paper? See how they have the little blue flowers there? They have some littler pale papaya ones also, but I'm just going to do, and there's 3 of them grouped together, so I'm just going to kind of put them around a few places. Oop, that one. The one didn't really come out too well, but anyway, however you want it, you can have as many or as few on as you want. Okay. Then, oh, I probably got too much on there. Then I wanted to put thank you so much on this. So what I did, because I wasn't sure, I was thinking maybe blue, but I wasn't sure. So here's, so that a lot of times I do this to make up like a little cheat sheet to try out. that isn't bad with that. This I felt like it was not dark enough and there's too much of that color there. And then here's the blue, which now that I see it on here, I think I'm going to go with this. I do have more blue there and it'll show up a little better. So I put this right here. Thanks so much. So let me just, if I did want this, because the light's not going to show on that. There's the darker one, because this one's going to not show. Yeah, so if you wanted, I really like this better with the light. But see, it would do it a little darker. Or the other, what I did on one of the other ones is I even took my marker, and just did in the center like this. Okay, either way will work, whatever you want. Do you like this better? Let me see. I think I might be able to hide that or do it. So I'll show you what my thought was on this. Okay, so, and I really thought I might want the blue down there, but now that I see that, I want it this way. So I'm just going to show you something that you can just like, let me close. Well, no, I need it for the inside. So if I do this, I'm going to see if my, let me just see. Let me set this down here because oh, I did forget on this one. I have to see if I can get this up a little bit because I wanted this behind. I wanted this on here. I forgot I wanted this to go there. This was an extra step I added. I want this underneath here. So, oh yeah, I can get that to slide under there. And you could use your mark, you could use this. So I got it on my work surface here. Sometimes too I've used a couple of the sometimes it sticks better. Okay, right there. And then this one. I was so thinking about just putting everything together, and I totally forgot I wanted to add the ribbon on this one. But I'll take care of it right here. And I should have had this under there. Okay, that's up a little. It's not quite there. Now, and just put more of this on here. Oh, and that started to pull up, so I can do this. Sometimes, there, I can fix it. You can fix most anything. So I wanted to show you anyway. This I do will pop up with dimensionals, but I have this. And I was going to put it over here to the side, but maybe there's that might work. So let me just see. I'm going to see if I can do this. If not, I will re-stamp this after I'm done with the video because I really want to be able to see what I'm doing here. So I moved it over here. There. But you see, no matter how long you stamp, there still are times when you might make a mistake. Oh well, that's life. And then what I realized I like to do for the center, because I want the center to pop up, is to some of these bones, the edge, that's what a lot of times we call the edges of this, is to do that in the center so it doesn't like sink down in the center. And one of each of these regular dimensionals in the corner, they all work though. You can cut the edges off and use them for, I could have done those in the corner too if I wanted. And then I like, in all of mine, I've tipped these a little. You can have it straight if you want. I want it tipped a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. Okay. And then, see, that's a little ways away from here, so that might not work so well there. Let me see. Now that I got that on there, I should have paid more attention. Okay, let me just try there. See if I can get this. So anyway, that could do it. Or the other thing I thought I wanted to do, wasn't sure if I wanted more of these on here. I wanted this over here more, but anyway, so I think I am going to redo this one off camera, and then I'll take a picture of it finished. And I think I'm probably, and I'm either going to, I may just use the gold. I think I'm going to use these because I have them, gilded gems, and they are retiring also. All right, so for the inside, I'm going to kind of do a similar thing. Just have some flowers here. And where did I put the, here they are. And now I want the lighter ones, Sonia, the lighter ones. And the dark center. Now I'll put some of the blue, got my fingers in something, I think. Just do 1, 2. I didn't get this quite the way, just do that one there. Maybe it's going off the, okay, so there's that. And if you wanted, you could even have, let me try this. Just one flower like that. Let me do a couple others just over here. There. Okay. Oh, wrong color. That's right. There, and this one's off. So there we go. And if you want a little more blue at the bottom, you can. Where's my, here it is. Just have a smidge down here. Oop. If I stamp it too fast, it doesn't, there. Anyway, something like that. And you still have room. You can stamp your sentiment here. You can write a note. If you wanted to write more, you can always put another piece of white on the back. Okay, to finish, and then this goes on the inside. Oh, I hope you could see. I just realized that maybe it was down a little far to see my stamping on the bottom. Hope I have a little stray mark there. Oh well. And what I found too is if I hold this up like this, I can push it right up next to it and then just try and get about, you have to kind of eyeball, I think that's right. And that is down a little far. You can trim those off if you want. All right, I'm just going to leave it for now because I'll make a bigger mess if I don't. Okay, and then this will be over here and I'll have some of the gold on it, and I will have a picture with the completed one that's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so oh well, this is one of those days when I felt that I was prepared, had everything together, and then so it doesn't matter whether I am totally prepared, whether I'm running behind and don't have quite everything together. Things never go quite the way you hope they do. Oh well, that's life. What can I say? Okay, so move these out of the way. So here's, I'll just put these here. Okay. Actually, maybe that's more, oh, that might work. If I do it like this, it helps cover that up. That's what I can do. Ta-da! As I'm trying to finish up here, let me just see here. Which side of the bow? Oh, that's the front. See, the That's a neater part of the knot. That's messier, so you want that on the back. So if I put this right like that, it covers that up. And if you wanted to be sure that it's going to stay and not expose that, I'm so glad that I was able to just put another one right there to help hold the back of the bow down. There, I fixed it. That's what I was trying to do originally, because it's up here. I wanted to look almost like it was knotted on here. Now, it doesn't when you open it, but it gives that appearance more. And I thought, oh, it's over too far. But look, when I didn't even think about the bow part, covers it. So I don't even have to redo it. So here, wait, I can add my gem so you can see it. Oh my gosh. It's going to go 1, 2. I'm putting them on this little one, but you also could put them around there if you wanted. So there, yay! Oh, I'm glad that I was able to work that out with you still here so you could see it. And sometimes I don't think as well on my feet as I would like to, but I figured it out. Yay! So there we go. Here's these 3. And really, I could make, if I wanted, I could make quite a few with the DSP that I have. I could make quite a few of these, really. So, because these are 4 inches wide, so there'd be at least, you could get 6 off of one sheet. Of the wider ones, you can make 6 different, one from each sheet if you wanted to make a bunch of them. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Oh, hey Diane, thanks for watching. I just see the heart there. Appreciate you watching. So just so you guys know, I only know if somebody's watching if you put some kind of comment on. So appreciate Diane doing that. I am gonna also share these on my YouTube page. It's just Sonia Ranger. I started out doing just a Wednesday night one there, but now I'm also sharing my Facebook Lives on there. And if you have not visited my YouTube page, I would appreciate if you would do that. And if you like my videos over there, can give me a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe, I would really appreciate that. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a great weekend. Next week, I plan to start showing things from the new catalog. Okay, so some exciting times coming. So thanks again, everyone. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.